You can't be both.
It's all about you. This is WYOU News.
Good evening and welcome to WYOU News at 11. I'm Eric Shiner. Thanks for joining us for the region's only interactive newscast. Tonight we're talking about the secret to living past 100. Some health experts believe most of us are built to sustain about 88 years here on Earth, but they say there are ways to extend your longevity by at least 12 years. So we hit the streets to find out if you would want to live to be 100.
I would like to live to be 100. When I was little, I actually always used to pray that I would live to be 100.
The connections, the relationships, the exciting nature around us, I'd love to be 100.
Because life gets better as you age. We're like a bottle of wine. We get better and better as we age.
Quality of life, right? When the quality goes, I want to go.
Tonight we'll talk with someone who feels he's on the way to living long past 100. Give us a call. We'll let you in on the secret to a long life in just a bit. But first, topping tonight's news, the small community of Binghamton, New York continues to grieve after this afternoon's tragic shooting rampage. At least 14 people are dead and others injured. WYOU News reporter Joe Holden has more on a vigil held for the victims.
Heal the hurt, console the bereaved and afflicted.
A vigil for 13 lives gunned down and ended. Just a day like any other, but shattered by Jiverly Vong, the gunman who police say had the brutality planned. Vong entered the American Civic Association in Binghamton. His first victim, a receptionist.
After he shot her, she went down to the ground. He went into a room off that reception area, shot several people, and as he exited, he went down the hallway in the building. She crawled underneath the desk, and sometime after that, she called us.
Police say the 42-year-old Vong was prepared for murder. Armed with a cache of weapons and survival gear, it's a sign police say he was ready for a fight. Investigators say Vong recently lost his job, suggesting a possible motive behind his violence. Joe Holden, WYOU News.
WYOU News' Mike Trim spent the day with investigators sorting through the crime scene in Binghamton. His reaction from the community in New York.
Police surround the American Civic Association in Binghamton, New York. Some had guns drawn after Jiverly Vong shot and killed 13 people and then himself. Samir Salihi's wife was inside. He's not sure if she made it out alive.
She got classes, ESL classes every day. She went and she is inside. I ring her, but no answer now.
She's definitely inside right now.
Yes.
Everything started at 10:30 Friday morning when Vaughn backed his truck up to the back of the Civic Association, blocking the doors. He stormed inside, shooting 2 receptionists and several people in a classroom. Police say Vong had a bag full of ammunition and 2 handguns. New York Governor David Paterson assessed the damage.
And now here in Binghamton, we probably have the worst tragedy and senseless crime in the history of this city.
Police wouldn't say what they believe was Vong's motive. He was no stranger to the Civic Association. The organization provides services for immigrants hoping to become citizens. Min Win was one of many people waiting to hear the worst. 2 of his friends were inside during the shooting.
My heart is pumping right now. I prayed for them. I hope they be fine.
Binghamton Mayor Matt Ryan says the city will move on.
This is a community that comes together in time of crisis, and you can certainly see that that's happening already here.
In Binghamton, New York, Mike Trim, WYOU News.
In other news tonight, police are looking for the man they have now charged with a Plains Township murder. State police filed an arrest warrant for Eugene Davis of Wilkes-Barre this afternoon. Troopers say Davis is responsible for the murder of Ronald Gabriel of New York City. It happened at the Energy 21 nightclub last month. Davis is being called armed and dangerous. In Lackawanna County, 3 men are behind bars tonight accused of breaking into an electronics store. State police say the suspects were caught in the act at the Best Buy in Scranton near the Viewmont Mall. Now, all 3 of the suspects are of Russian descent. They're locked up on $50,000 bail. Customers of a financial firm in Kingston are looking for the owner. They say he owes them thousands of dollars. Federal agents are looking to talk to James Lake, the owner of JPL Financial, but they say he's nowhere to be found and his office is locked. Sources say at least 7 customers may have lost upwards of $700,000. We talked with one client who asked to only be known as Dave. He says he lost $11,000.
I went down to his office and they changed the locks on the door.
So far, no criminal charges have been filed against James Lake. There's still no word on what caused a fire that forced nearly 24 people from their homes in Lycoming County. That blaze broke out on West 4th Street in Williamsport this morning. 3 businesses and 5 apartments were affected by the blaze. No one was hurt. In Luzerne County, firefighters say the blaze that damaged a mobile home in Ashley started in the kitchen. The blaze started around midnight and did $5,000 worth of damage. The family is now staying with relatives. There is still no official ruling on a blaze that damaged 2 vacant homes in Wilkes-Barre this morning. The fire started in the back of 170 North Pennsylvania Avenue. It spread to a neighboring building. No one was hurt in that fire as well. Funeral arrangements have been made for Robert Kubicki. He's the firefighter who was killed in a car accident. Another pickup truck collided with his on Wilkes-Barre Boulevard Wednesday night. He was a career firefighter of 35 years in Plains Township. A viewing will be held Sunday from 2 to 6 at the Unitas Funeral Home on Stark Street in Plains. The funeral will be on Monday. The Wyoming Valley Rescue Mission opened its doors to the public tonight. Those who operate the mission say their goal is to help the poor and the homeless in the area. The mission will provide those in need with food, clothing, and spiritual help.
We went before the zoning board in December, and the zoning board of Wilkes-Barre was so gracious as to allow us to open up as our residential program. And tonight is our first night where men will be sleeping at the Wyoming Valley Rescue Mission.
The Wyoming Valley Mission is the sister mission of the Scranton Rescue Mission. Of course, with today's weather, getting inside, having a place to be indoors is very important. Now it's time for a check on our Storm Center first forecast. Meteorologist Zach Bike. I'll get that all out tonight.
Yeah, you know, the good news is the rain is moving away, but the bad news is the wind and the cold are knocking on our doorstep. And there are just a couple more showers now across extreme northeastern areas. We're talking areas like Sherman on Neighborhood Doppler having a bit of rain this evening, but that is quickly going to come to an end over the next, probably half an hour or so as drier air works into the region. Many spots had a good soaking rain today. In fact, we have a Skywarn spotter report from Matt Mahalik in Elmhurst reporting 0.38 inches of rain. That's actually a bit low compared to some of the other reports we've had. Many spots having a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain today, so a very wet one indeed. And the rain coming to an end now. Could be a few more rain showers around, turning windy and colder for the overnight period. Winds could gust up to 50 miles per hour at times. Maybe even a couple wet snowflakes in a couple towns as well. That wind's going to continue through tomorrow. Highs only 48 degrees, clouds, sprinkles. Dress warmly because it is going to be a very chilly day. Here are the current wind gusts. Look at that, 46 miles per hour at Mount Pocono, 37 at Avoca, and 26 miles per hour at Williamsport. So quite windy right now across the entire region. And there are wind advisories in effect until tomorrow evening at 10 o'clock for these strong winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. A tough day coming up tomorrow if you have to do some driving around the region. We're going to take a look at the readings now. Temperatures generally in the 40s and 50s, but even cooler weather now off to the West State College at 43, and that is the kind of air that's moving toward us. Today's rain is now moving away, clearing off to the west, but it will take until Sunday before that really moves its way into our region. So for tonight in Dimmock, Moosic, Port Carbon, and Ralston, we'll see maybe a sprinkle or a flurry. It's windy and it's colder during the overnight period. For the next 7 days, here is how it looks. We're going to see a better day on Sunday. That is the pick of the weekend. We'll be in the upper 50s. We'll see some sun at times as well before our next system comes in for Monday. Could be a pretty good rain event with temperatures in the middle 50s. And after that moves by for Tuesday and Wednesday, winter makes one more return to the area. Temperatures in the lower 40s with a couple snow showers. Eric?
Thanks, Zach. A Luzerne County company closed its doors for the last time today.